5 cool mods for Fallout 4. It's been quite a while since the last episode of this series. For a while, despite getting a lot of very high quality mods, the quantity simply was not there. Well, it seems like things have started to pick back up. I imagine a lot of people are off of school, such as myself, so I think this summer we will see a lot of great mods getting out. Fallout 4 modding has definitely matured a bit, and it's without a doubt starting to show. We're getting a lot of cool quest mods and just some more polished mods than we were last summer. And I definitely think this video is going to be a great example of that. With that being said, if you guys do enjoy the content, you can leave a like or a comment. That helps boost the video. The engagement statistics play a huge role in how the video performs, or you can subscribe to see more. But with that, we'll just jump straight into it. So first and foremost, we do have the Fantastic 44. This is a pretty interesting mod. More or less what this is going to do is overhaul the existing 44 revolver in Fallout 4. And it's a brand new wooden grip, as well as it actually has just the mapping, so the way it kind of looks in game is simply put upgraded, as well as it kind of just looks better. When you actually look at the gun, you'll definitely notice the differences. Maybe the video's not conveying it as well, but if you use the gun before the mod and after the mod, it without a doubt does show. It also gives it a pretty good shine. Not too much where it's obnoxious, but just enough where it definitely feels like a metallic gun, as with all guns are metallic, but this one in particular, a nice silver finish on it definitely would produce some shine in the real world, and this mod definitely makes that seem a little bit more realistic in Fallout 4. I really like mods like this simply because I think it's a great way to kind of spice up the weapons already in the game. Weapon mods are great, but at the end of the day, you're still going to encounter the guns that are in the game, and frankly, a lot of them are very cool, but as we do get more and more very high quality weapon mods, the quality difference between vanilla and modded starts to become more obvious. So mods like this, again, really go back and make the vanilla weapons more usable over the long term. Then we have the Jericho 941. This is going to be a brand new pistol mod. It's pretty cool. Nothing super crazy here. I definitely think this gun looks pretty cool. Although, yes, it is a pistol mod. We have tons of pistol mods. I just think this one's a bit smaller than the typical one. It just kind of, again, has a little bit of a different feel. It also has those samurai style pistol grips, which I definitely think are quite cool. They give the gun some nice flavor. There are a few different texture options and stuff like that, which is definitely pretty cool and something I can get behind. But all around, it is going to be similar to some other pistols you do have out there. Some of the different calibers do have custom sounds, and it's definitely a good gun to include in your game just to make things feel a little bit more different. It'll be integrated into the level list. You'll find it on enemies, and you can pick it up yourself if you particularly like it. So we do have Canteens of the Commonwealth. I only just recently showed you guys some of this in my upcoming mod series. Well, now the mod has been released, and I gotta say, this is a pretty cool one. It's pretty simple, but basically what it's gonna add in is all these different canteens with the different faction logos on them that are refillable. Basically, when they're in your inventory, you could see next to them in kind of a tally system how many drinks of water are in them. Again, you could refill these like any of the normal ways you could refill things in survival Fallout. Each of them does provide 6 uses, so you could stack up on these and get a bunch at a time, or you could just have one and use that one. It definitely is a really cool mod, and frankly, I think it has some pretty practical applications in survival. So we do have true legendary enemies. This one's pretty cool. Basically, it's going to give legendary enemies in Fallout 4 specific names. So rather than walking up to somebody and seeing legendary raider, they're now going to have a name like asshole or dick, or maybe a more normal name like John. I definitely think this is pretty cool. It's a relatively simple change, but it makes them feel more like bosses, which I feel like that's just more accurate. Legendary enemies are by no means common in Fallout. When you encounter them, it's a pain in the ass to take them down, largely because of the bullet sponginess, not because they're actually challenging, but at least with this, it kind of is more appropriate, I think, for them. All around a very cool mod, a relatively simple one, but definitely one I'm gonna have for a long time. So last but not least, we have a mod that I think is a good balance between slooty and not. It's like a little touch of slooty. That's going to be the Unzipped vault suit. Basically, this mod is going to have 2 different variants, a half zipped and full zipped vault suit. Basically, that being whether it's fully unzipped or half unzipped, and then your character can show cleavage and all that. I know a lot of people do like different slooty mods out there, but maybe you don't want to do the full commitment to where you're barely wearing any clothes, or maybe wearing a bikini. This is definitely a mod that is kind of a hybrid between those. You're still covered up. It's still like you're actually wearing clothes, but at the same time, you could get a little bit of what you want. This isn't properly available on Xbox One, but there's a very similar mod by Eleonora that I definitely would recommend, and you can pretty much use them interchangeably. Regardless, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Definitely going to be a shorter one. A lot of these mods were much simpler than normal mods I do cover. That's predominantly why I wanted to put them in this video and not like something like Mods Weekly, because I definitely think there's some quality here, but maybe not as expansive as some other ones. All around, again, I thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you guys all next time. Later.